or about chapter 10, it says this: the restoration for Judah and Israel. Ask rain from the Lord in the season of the spring rain, from the Lord who makes the storm clouds, and he will give them showers of rain, to everyone the vegetation in the field. For the household gods, or false gods, utter nonsense, which they are, and the diviners, which are like magicians, sorcerers, witchcraft, all that stuff, sees lies, which that's true. No one can tell you what the future holds. Only God knows that. So don't believe the people that say they can know what the future is. They're false. Only God knows what the future holds. So let's see, verse 3. Continue in verse 2. They tell false dreams, which I was just talking about, and give empty constellations. Therefore the people wander like sheep, and they are afflicted for lack of a shepherd. Of course, at this time, Jesus wasn't on earth yet, so the Jews at this time were, they weren't living their lives right for God. That's when he had disciplined them a lot with war, with pestilence, disease, famine, all that, because they weren't living their lives right. So he allowed bad things to happen for them to get their lives right with him. So right now they really didn't have a shepherd that could lead them to live a life for God. That's when God sends, that's when God sends Christ, so that he can show them, the right way. It says they are afflicted for a lack of a shepherd. My anger is hot against the shepherds, and I will punish the leaders, those leaders of Israel that were leading the Jews into sin. God's going to punish them for sure. The Lord of hosts cares for his flock, the house of Judah, and I will make them like his majestic steed in battle. From him shall come the cornerstone, which is Christ. From him the tent peg. From him the battle bow. From him every ruler, all of them together. Jesus, who is God, of course, he's the cornerstone. He's the cornerstone of the church. He's in control of everything that happens in the world. He's over every ruler. He's over all that's good and all that's bad. He's over war, like anything. Of course, God's over everything. Jesus is God. He's over everything. We know that. So he's over both good and bad. He allows things to happen for a reason. We're not supposed to question him. We're just supposed to have faith in him and rely on him. But he's over it all. It says, from him every ruler of all things, all of them together. They shall be like a mighty man in battle, trampling the foe in the mud of the streets. They shall fight because the Lord is with them, and they shall put to shame the riders on horses. I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph. I will bring them back because I have compassion on them, and they shall be as though I had not rejected them. So God in a way felt bad rejecting Israel because of their sins. So God, out of his love, chooses to say, hey, I will forgive y'all if y'all repent of what y'all done and turn back to me. I will forgive you for it. And he does. He still does that today. He forgives us of our sins through Christ so that we can repent and live our lives for him. It says, for I am the Lord their God, and I will answer them. Then Ephraim shall become like a mighty warrior, and their hearts shall be glad as with wine. Their children shall see it and be glad. Their hearts shall rejoice in the Lord. I will whistle for them and gather them, for I have redeemed them. And they shall be as many as they were before. Though I scatter them among the nations, yet in far countries they shall remember me, and with their children they shall live and return. I will bring them home from the land of Egypt, and gather them from Assyria. And I will bring them to the land of Gilead and to Lebanon, till there is no room for them. And he's wanting to bring all the Jews home. He wants to bring them all into Israel. He shall pass through the sea of troubles and strike down the waves of the sea, and all the depths of the Nile shall be dried up. And he's going to send a drought on Egypt because of their evilness against Israel, and God's going to send a drought upon them to dry up the Nile, which will kill their food, because that's where they get their nourishment from, is from the Nile. It will kill people because people, at that point in time, they're drinking water from the Nile to survive. So it killed a lot of food and a lot of people. The pride of Assyria shall be laid low. The scepter of Egypt shall depart. I will make them strong in the Lord, and they shall walk in his name, declares the Lord. It's chapter 10 about that, about the restoration of Judah and Israel. So I'll be back with chapter 11 here soon.